So American Express has just rolled out some new upgrades or benefits to the Platinum card. Price went up from $6.95 to $8.95. Let's see what it's all about. So the Platinum card by American Express is one of the most talked about travel cards there is. They did a refresh on the card in the fall of 2025. They increased the benefits, but they also increased the annual fee to $895. Big question as always, who's getting hustled? Are they hustling us with that annual fee, or are we hustling them? Let's find out. This video is not being sponsored by American Express. They actually have no idea I'm making this video. We're going to talk about the Amex Platinum card in 4 different ways today. First, we're going to look at some of the less talked about perks. Secondly, we're going to look at the credits that you get. Third, we're going to look at the multipliers. And fourth, we're going to look at how not to get hustled. Let's go. So let's start with some of the intangible perks of the Platinum card. It's one of them being access to the Centurion Lounge. And it's really hard to put a price tag on it, but we're going to talk about some more what the benefits are. Benefit is you're not in the terminal with everybody else. You're in a place where they have usually a menu created by a local chef. You have access to premium liquors if you so desire that. You have a seating area, you have TVs, you can charge your phone. You can just sort of get away from the crowd. So that alone is beneficial. Because if not, if you're going to eat at the airport, you'd probably be spending $40 to $60 just on food for yourself with the way airport prices are now. Currently, a day pass at the Admirals Club by American Airlines is $79. Let's just round that up to $80, and let's just say you traveled 4 times a year. That'd be equivalent to about $320 in value. So even if you're not a huge traveler, you're going to get some instant benefits out of that Centurion Lounge access. With the Amex Platinum card, you also get access to Priority Pass. And the thing is, once you sign up for the Platinum card, the Priority Pass doesn't come immediately. You need to go to the Priority Pass website, let them know you're an Amex Platinum member, and then you get that Priority Pass card. What is Priority Pass? Priority Pass is an international airport network of lounges that you get access to. They don't have much of a domestic US network, but when you're traveling internationally, it is amazing. Always just a quiet restaurant for refreshment, food, and drink, and just a place to recharge your batteries when you're in a foreign city. So totally love the Priority Pass benefit. Another lounge you get access to is Delta Sky Club. You get 10 visits a year. You have to be traveling on Delta, and you cannot have booked their basic economy ticket to have access to the lounge. Another benefit is hotel status. With Marriott, you get their Gold Elite status. With Hilton, you get Gold status. And with leading hotels of the world, you get their Sterling status. And I have found great value and benefit in Marriott and Hilton. I have not used the other one, but if you have, let me know in the comments what your thoughts on that are. Some other benefits of the card are no foreign transaction fees, a global assist hotline that when you're over 100 miles from home, it is there 24/7 if you need help with any travel issues. And also you do get status with a few rental car carriers who have switched over the years, and you get discounts as well. So make sure you check those out. And wrapping up, some of the benefits that people don't talk about every day are the insurances and the protections. You can get cell phone protection up to $800 a year for a lost or damaged item, which is great. Just make sure you did purchase that on your Platinum card. You also get trip cancellation and trip interruption insurance, as well as trip delay. For trip delay, it's up to $500 per claim if your trip has been delayed over 6 hours. For interruption or cancellation, it can be up to $10,000. If that were to happen on your trip, make sure you do save all your receipts and call Amex for details. I've oftentimes called them when I'm on a trip just to let them know what's going on, and they have guided me through the process of how to file a great claim. They also have purchase protection insurance, which is good up for 90 days, up to $10,000 per item. So let's get on to the credits. And remember, these are use it or lose it, meaning if you don't use these benefits by the end of every month, they do not roll over to the next month. I'm going to break them down into 4 different sections, into annual, biannual, quarterly, and monthly. But before we even get there, we're going to start with a credit they offer every 4 years, and that is either for TSA PreCheck or Global Entry. I choose to take the Global Entry option because it includes the TSA PreCheck, and if you travel internationally, Global Entry makes coming back into the US a breeze. Highly recommended. One of the annual benefits is a $200 airline credit that is not meant to be used for ticketing. It's usually good for lounge access, seat upgrades, luggage, and if you make any onboard purchases. You do have to select one airline on the Amex website for the entire year, and if you have not made a charge, you can switch that airline. You do get $209 worth of credit towards your Clear Plus membership. You get $300 in Equinox credit to be used at the gym or on the app. You also get $200 worth of credit for an Aura ring. Unfortunately, that is only good for the purchase of the ring, not for any ongoing memberships or subscriptions. You also get $120 worth of credit towards an Uber One membership, whether you pay that on a monthly basis or if you get the discounted annual price. Now, let's talk about the biannual credits. First one up, Saks Fifth Avenue. Who doesn't love Saks Fifth Avenue? You get a $50 credit, as I said, biannually. The only thing here being Saks Fifth Avenue has declared bankruptcy, so we'll see how long that credit lasts. Amex Platinum has really stepped up their game on the hotel credit. It used to be $200 a year, now it is $300 every 6 months. A lot of caveats on that though. It does have to be booked through the Amex Travel website. It does have to be prepaid. It does need to be a fine hotel and resort where you have to stay minimum for 1 night, or if you go through the hotel collection, it has to be a minimum 2-night stay. So make sure you read all the fine details before you book it, but it's a great benefit. Make sure you don't miss out on that one. When you use that credit, some of the other benefits that you get as well are an early check-in if available, which can be at noon, a late checkout if they can, which can be up to 4 p.m. in the afternoon, which is absolutely amazing. You get a $100 hotel credit, which depending on the hotel or resort can be used usually in a restaurant or at the spa. You also get a room upgrade if available. Depending on the hotel you're booking at, you might even get more benefits. I recently used this credit to stay at the Hyatt Andaz in Scottsdale, and in addition, they gave us $60 of credit towards breakfast. If you want to check out all the details on that and other benefits we got, check out the review below. Let's move on to those quarterly benefits. One of the benefits you get is $75 at Lululemon. That can be used at a brick and mortar store on the app, but not at one of their outlet stores. You also do get $100 in Resi credit every quarter. The only thing you got to think about here is making sure that the restaurant you go to is on the Resi list, which you can find on American Express, and making sure you charge it with your American Express card, and also making sure you register your Platinum card in Resi. All right, let's move on to monthly credits. Let's start with Uber. They give you $15 a month. You can use that Uber credit for either an Uber car ride or Uber Eats. And in the month of December, they give you an additional $20, so it's $35 worth of credit during the month of December. If you're a Walmart fan, they do give you a Walmart Plus membership up to $12.95 a month. Another great credit is $25 towards a streaming service on a monthly basis. And they have 9 of them. We'll see if I can remember all 9. They got Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, Peacock, YouTube, YouTube Premium, Wall Street Journal, New York Times. That's 7. What are the other 2? Hopefully my wife will put them up on the screen. Moving on to section 3, let's talk about points multipliers, because we all love the points, right? So anytime you book airfare directly through an airline or through Amex Travel, you get 5 times the points. You do not get any of that if you book it through a third-party website. So if you want that 5-time point multiplier, make sure you do it through Amex Travel or directly with the airline. That 5-time point multiplier also applies when you do prepaid hotel stays through Amex Travel. For all your other purchases, non-travel, it is just a 1-time point multiplier. So section number 4, how do people get hustled? They do not read the fine print. As you can see, there's a lot of intricacies or caveats or exceptions. So in addition to watching videos like this, you want to make sure you go on the Amex website, read everything thoroughly, and comply with what they say. Sometimes, like I said, you have to sign up for Lululemon through the Amex website. You got to sign up for Resi through the Amex website. If you're going to use one of the hotel credits, you have to do it prepaid through the Amex Travel portal. That's how they will hustle you, and you won't hustle them. So make sure you read the fine print. If you have any questions, do drop them in the comments below. Happy to answer them. So let's try to wrap up this card and answer the question, who's getting hustled? Is it worth it? And who's this card for? So let's just break down the benefits simply. After seeing everything, you can see there's over $3,000 worth of benefits. But even if you're sort of more of a casual traveler, just in the hotel credit, airline credit, and lounge access, those alone cover the annual fee. And if you really want to hustle them, make sure you use all the other credits like I do. So one thing I did not mention is that in August of 2026, I'm going to have been an Amex Platinum card member for 20 years. When I initially signed up, the annual fee was $450. None of these benefits existed. The only thing I wanted was points. When I signed up and did an initial spend, I got enough points for a free round-trip first-class airfare ticket on Virgin Atlantic from LA to London, and to me that was worth it. I think the only other benefit that existed at that time was a $200 hotel credit, and I couldn't even figure out how to use it. The Centurion Lounge, it did not even come into existence in 2013. So think about it. In 20 years, the fee has basically just almost doubled from $450 to $900, yet the benefits have increased dramatically. So if you ask me, is this card worth it? To me, it is, because I use virtually every single benefit they give me. But you gotta use the benefits to make this card worthwhile. That's the only way you're gonna get your money out of it, because $895, that's almost $1,000. That's a lot of money to cough up every year. So don't forget about it. Don't forget it in your wallet or purse. Use those benefits and make sure you read the fine print. I wanna hear your thoughts. Do you have an Amex Platinum card? How long have you had it for? Do you use all the benefits? Are you thinking about getting an Amex Platinum card? And did this video help you? What did you learn from this video? Drop it in the comments below. Keep on hustling.